And welcome to Armanino's webinar today, Make Your Stock Plan Audit and IPO Ready. I'm Mary Tressel, and I'll get the webinar started here. So first I'd like to explain how to use your webinar pane. You will see your webinar pane in front of you. Please note that the orange arrow will allow you to minimize or maximize the pane. If it is minimized, simply click on the orange arrow to bring it back. Feel free to submit any questions that you have for our presenters throughout the duration of the webinar, and they will handle those questions at the end of the webinar as time permits. All webinar participants will receive an email in the next 3 days with a link for a copy of the webinar slides and a video of the recorded webinar. If you are using your telephone to listen in on our webinar, please make sure you select Use Telephone. If you're listening through your computer speakers, please select Use Mic and Speakers. If you have the incorrect settings selected, it will produce an echo sound. We want to make sure that you all understand the qualifications that you need to fulfill for your California continuing education. Make sure that you're using a personal computer and log in with your own information and unique URL. Be logged into our online software for at least 50 consecutive minutes within the scheduled time frame of this webinar. You need to actively respond to at least 75% of the polling questions, and then you need to complete the evaluation survey at the end of the webinar. All right, and I'd like to introduce our presenters. Our first presenter is Matt Peralt. Matt heads the SEC and Technology Audit Practice, and he has supported more than 50 technology sector transactions. Matt has 20-plus years of experience and has participated in numerous IPOs, mergers, acquisitions, private placements, and LBOs, both in industry and as an auditor. Our second presenter is Jeff Graham, Vice President of Sales for Easy. Jeff has Series 7 and 63 SEC registrations and has more than 22 years of financial services industry experience working for companies like E-Trade, Citi, Smith Barney, and Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter. And finally, we have Scott Schwartz, manager here at Armanino for our equity compensation services practice. So Scott has worked in the professional services arena for over 5 years, working with public and private companies, as well as consulting entrepreneurs. At Armanino, Scott serves clients with our CFO advisory practice. He has conducted numerous stock and acquisition-related valuations and worked within our entire portfolio of equity compensation outsourcing clients. All right, during today's webinar, you will recognize many of the risks and penalties involved in stock option accounting, utilize an audit readiness checklist, and identify the pitfalls of managing employee stock plans by spreadsheet or systems that are not public company ready. And again, we'll go over some risks and penalties, how to make your company audit ready, make sure that you utilize that checklist that we are providing to everyone, learn specifically how to be ready for IPO, learn about interacting with auditors, and again, review spreadsheet and software pitfalls. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Scott Schwartz.
Thank you, Mary. So what is stock option administration? Why does it matter? And one of the issues is that it spans across the organization. It hits your finance department, payroll, tax,